Hello and welcome back to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And today's episode we're going to be reacting to the BBC's 11 films we've got to watch in May.
Fake.
Staged.
You've already reacted. Haven't you already gone through this list?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, I thought you said there were 9 films. And
no, that was the TV
shows.
shows.
Oh, okay.
There's 11 films and 9 shows. And it's not staged and it's not fake. I haven't really been through them all. You're just talking about the fact that I was shouting someone's name, but we'll get to that now.
What?
We'll get to that.
Oh, it was like you were shouting someone's name. I do not recall this.
Yes, I was. And it'll all become clear.
Okay, are these movies just all movies, or are these just movie theater movies, or just streaming movies, or a mix?
They're a mix.
Because you know what? We got a gift card to the movie theater at Christmas.
Oh, yeah, we still haven't used that.
And my mom just the other day was asking me, have you used that gift card yet? And I was just like, no, because there hasn't been anything out at the movie theater so far this year.
I haven't looked at the movies. I mean, that's something interesting. How many people are going to the movies since they've reopened? You know, since COVID has disappeared. You know, people will be out there going, no, it hasn't. It's still there, waiting to strike.
I mean, the thing is
because that was one of the things. It was like, oh, movie theaters. No one's going to the movie theaters anymore.
I love going to the movie theater, though. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it.
I love it.
It's a thing.
I love it. I always have loved it, but it's so expensive.
Well, it's expensive to all heck now.
Well, it's just like, yeah, so I don't want to go to the movie theater to just watch any old movie, you know?
You know, when you're paying more in concessions than you are the ticket, it's
like a night at the movies is like $50 minimum.
$50 minimum
with the tickets and popcorn.
Because it's like
drinks.
$25 for the tickets, say for 2 people. Maybe that's just one ticket now. I don't even know. And then you've got like the popcorn, which is what, another $10.
Yeah.
Then you've got drinks, which is another $5. Sweets, candy, chocolate, another $5.
Yeah.
It's like you're up to 50 right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand that, you know, people, inflation, all this kind of stuff, but it's like, no.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, I like to reserve my movie theater experiences to be like, for those films that are going to look way better. I mean, they all look better on the big screen, but ones where it matters that they look better on the big screen. You know, like, I always had to go see the Harry Potter movies in the theater.
Yeah.
What else? Like, once we kind of got into Marvel, we were like, oh, a new Marvel film's out.
Yeah.
What is it? The James Bond films you always want to see in the theater.
Well,
first.
I mean, they're 5 years apart now. Or 10. This next one's going to take a while because they haven't even cast another actor.
But, you know, there's just some where you just know the scenery or the filming locations or whatever are really beautiful and really, like, magnificent or magical or whatever, and you just want to see that on the big screen.
Yes,
you know? Yeah. But, yeah, there just hasn't been anything so far this year.
And also, with I think a fact a lot of people are going, oh, well, I can just watch it on Netflix in bed.
Yeah.
I don't have to get up and go somewhere for it.
Yeah.
Because people don't really care to go somewhere. They don't want to be disturbed by people around them.
But I think that part of the fun of watching a movie is that you're with a bunch of other people. Yeah, you're all laughing together.
Yeah.
You come out, you know, sometimes they're so good, people clap at the end.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, it's just like it's a communal experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah.
All right, so let's see what's coming out this month. Maybe we'll use our movie theater gift card.
Yes. Well, this one's on general release from 17th of May. It's called If.
Okay.
And it's what if children's imaginary friends weren't actually imaginary.
Oh, I've seen previews for this.
It's the premise of If, a family comedy written and directed by John Krasinski. Husband to Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
And he was Jim in The Office.
And Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Ryan Reynolds and Kaylee Fleming stars, two of the only people in the world who can see these obsolete ifs.
It kind of
or
looks
is it IF or if?
It's if. If, I think. This is the way they advertise it on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's where I've seen the previews for it. The monsters in it, I guess they're monsters, I don't know. They kind of remind me of the Monsters Inc. monsters.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they look like that, but like real life. It's not animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was inspired by his two daughters' games and his wife Emily Blunt, who was pleased to see him move on from the doom and gloom of his directorial debut, A Quiet Place.
Those were not bad movies, actually. They were interesting.
Yeah, no, they were okay. I mean, I love it. People love like a horror thriller type.
Yeah.
So that's what A Quiet Place was.
We've kind of gotten into Ryan Reynolds lately.
Ryan Reynolds is our friend. Yes, we're convinced he's our best friend. No, I mean, he's always been good for me. He's always, people you go, oh, I don't like them. I don't like them.
Oh,
and it's just
no,
why you just don't like his face or their face or what? It's like, oh no, he's just goofy and stupid and, all this kind of stuff. But Ryan Reynolds, he's carved out a career.
I've never really...
He's come a long way since Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Yeah, I do know him from that.
I forgot he was in that.
I watched a few episodes of that when it originally
20
came out.
years ago, yeah.
Just never really got into it. No, he did that Van Wilder.
That's where he got his break.
I think so, yeah. He was doing like some kind of what I consider like boy humor type movies in the beginning, and so I just wrote him
National
off
Lampoons,
I just wrote him off as one of those actors, that it was just like, oh, he's never going to be in a movie that I want to see, so I don't care.
No, but I mean, as he's come along, he's done a lot of good. We watched Free Guy.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
Yeah, and I knew you'd like that now that you're a big gamer. You're a big gamer head now.
Now that my foray into gaming.
Well, to watch it, it's kind of like, oh, well, I understand that now,
Yeah.
I understand what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I get the joke.
That was a fun movie. That other one that we watched on Netflix, Adam Project.
The Adam Project, yeah, that was a really good one.
That was really good, too. Yeah, he's quite cute. And then, of course, we've watched the Welcome to Wrexham documentary.
Welcome to Wrexham. If you're unaware, him and Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia bought a Welsh football team. Mm-hmm. And they're doing very well. They've had back-to-back promotions and everything. And it's and they documented it from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's following the journey, and the third series of the documentary is premiering on FX.
Yeah.
Now, we watched the first two. Yeah, they were very funny. They were very good.
Oh, they've got really good personalities.
And it's not like a documentary where they're the stars of the show. It's, in fact, they're the kind of supporting cast, really.
They're the comic relief.
The comic relief, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're really cute. Yeah. So I think I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I don't know that that's something I need to go to the movie theater to see, though. Like, if it comes on Netflix or something, we'll probably watch it, though.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's Paramount, so it'll probably come out on
Paramount
okay. Plus. The number 2 on this list is Robot Dreams. That's coming out on the 9th in Germany and the 31st in the US.
This is a BBC list, by the way, so we have no idea whether maybe these are, some of them might be only things that are going to come out in Britain. What do we know?
Well, this is getting released on the 31st of May in the US, so Netflix somewhere.
Yeah.
Pablo Berger's Oscar-nominated Spanish-French cartoon adapted from Sarah Vaughan's graphic novel tells the delightful tale of a dog named Dog, who lives alone in 1980s New York. There you go. It sounds like your kind of thing. Living alone in 1980s New York. A little dog. And it's like his life changes when he buys a mail-ordered robot named Robot and discovers how fun it is to have a best friend.
A dog buys a robot.
A dog buys a robot, This is how the world works in New York in 1980s.
In the 1980s.
This is what happens, So yeah, that sounds cute.
It sounds interesting.
It sounds interesting. It might be something cute for us to watch. The animation, you don't like this style of animation.
No, the animation looks like Family Guy or something like that.
I was going to say more Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
I mean, I've never seen an episode of Rick and Morty, but that animation style with the big eyes and the kind of like simply drawn.
Yeah.
That's been That's been a mainstay for the last 20 years.
To me, it's sort of the same thing. Like, what's that science fiction one? The...
Futurama,
Family Guy, Rick and Morty.
That kind of stuff,
that style's all the same. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It sounds interesting. I don't know that I care. We'll see. It's yet to be determined, I suppose.
The Garfield movie is number 3.
I'm out.
I'm done with the Garfield.
I love Garfield, you guys. I used to love. Did you watch the Garfield cartoon when you were a kid?
I watched it. My sister loves it.
I loved it. My mom was always a big.
I had the Garfield
comic.
Annual and the comics and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
my
that,
mom was a huge Garfield comic fan.
Odie,
the comic strips,
and Sheldon. Yeah, we're always talking about Sheldon, the little leg with feet.
But I
told you about that. And he was like, "Oh, I've never seen it. What does he look like under the shell?" And I said, "Oh, I seen that episode where they were all excited because his shell was cracking or something."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we're finally going to see what he looks like." And then he goes, "Pop," and it's just another shell underneath. And he's just like, "Oh, guess that's me."
Classic.
Guess I'm just an egg. Just a poor little defenseless egg.
Have you seen either of the first two?
I've seen... I mean, that
is this a continuation of those, by the way, or is it some sort of
reboot? It's probably a reboot.
Let's see. Is there a picture to go with it?
I mean,
no, because the other one is sort of like. Is it sort of like live action-y with a CGI Garfield?
I think, yeah, it's like a CGI Garfield.
I haven't seen the first two. The previews looked terrible, so I never saw the first two. If you've seen them and it's fantastic and you love those movies, let us know, because I honestly have not given them a chance, but so yeah.
The Garfield movie, yeah. One of the funniest moments in Zombieland, the film Zombieland, comes when the mortally wounded Bill Murray, playing himself, is asked if he has any regrets. With his dying breath, he replies, "Garfield, maybe." Murray may not have been a fan of the 2 live-action Garfield films in which he voiced the CGI cat, but the new film is a different kettle of lasagna.
Oh, okay.
Chris Pratt is voicing him this time.
Okay.
The same Chris Pratt who voiced
That's
the
hilarious.
main character in the Lego movie and
That's hilarious.
Mario in the Super Brother.
That Bill Murray says he regrets Garfield because I don't know.
Because I guess they were terrible. Yeah, I mean,
they looked terrible in the previews. I mean, they did not look like, oh wow.
I guess the kids loved them.
Kids loved them,
yeah.
And that's who they're made for, I suppose. Yeah. But I was just. So I don't know. Maybe we'll give this one a chance.
What's happening here? I can tell is like, oh, the last 2 movies didn't do very well, but it's a beloved character. So why is that?
Yeah.
And it was just because they're kind of meh.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh well, we'll just get Chris Pratt to voice him, and we'll get a load of people. That'll save everything. We'll get Samuel L. Jackson to voice Garfield's father, Vic. Oh, Nicholas Hoult is his owner, John. That might be funny. Nicholas Hoult, we like him.
Yeah. I mean, I like Chris Pratt all right, too, I think.
Snoop Dogg.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
Snoop Dogg's in it, too.
Oh, God.
He plays a character called, Snoop Cat.
Oh, what? Oh, God, all right. I don't know about this.
I don't know about this. This sounds like they may need to smoke another.
It would have been funny maybe if he was Odie, but Odie doesn't really talk, does he?
He just roughs.
Yeah.
I do want someone. I think someone should get Jim Parsons in to play Sheldon. To voice Sheldon.
Hardy har har.
Yeah. And then they can do that little gag about he's like, oh, his egg's breaking, and I guess I'm just an egg. That's on general release from 24th of May, so that'll be in the theaters.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking.
I don't know.
I'm thinking, nah.
I don't want to know about any of this. Number 4 on the list is Back to Black, which is an Amy Winehouse biopic.
I've seen the previews of this. I've seen people talking about it, actually, and people are quite excited.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that the reviews come in and say, oh, it's actually pretty, it's forgiving.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, are they going to talk about some of this stuff,
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I could see it being quite depressing.
It's directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, who did Nowhere Boy.
Yeah.
I
wonder if she's gonna marry the actress who plays Amy Winehouse.
She's moving from John Lennon to Amy Winehouse. She's going in chronological order. She's skipping the entire 1970s and 80s.
They are married, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're not just
They got a couple of
together.
kids, I think.
Do they?
I think so. Let us know if you're listening.
Let us know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Asif Kapadia.
Nowhere Boy was good. I like it. I don't know. Did you like it?
It was okay. I mean, that's the only bit of the Beatles story that they can actually film.
Yeah.
Without getting sued.
Yeah. So you get annoyed that they keep remaking that.
Yes. I mean, we've got 4 Beatles films apparently slated for release in 2027.
Yeah.
By, who was it? Sam Mendes. Yeah, he directed 2 Bond films. And it's an epic 4-part film from each of their thing.
But I mean, okay, you're judging Nowhere Boy just on the fact that they've made that
I like it.
Section of the Beatles story over and over again. Take that away.
Yeah.
Did you like it as just a film about?
Yes, it was
John
good.
Lennon.
I
And
liked
early
it. Yes.
Beatles.
I
thought it was good.
It was a good film.
It's
this will probably be the same sort of thing.
It's one that I like to, watch.
Yeah.
Over and over if I'm in the mood, if nothing else is on, whatever. So yeah, I do not doubt that this will probably be good. I was just worried that it's going to be a little bit depressing. I don't know.
No, apparently, Peter Bradshaw in The Guardian reviewed it, saying it's a gentle, forgiving film and it's easily her best work so far.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
What does that come on? Do we know?
I guess it's going to be released in theaters. Yeah.
Oh well.
17th of May in the US and Canada. I mean, focus features. So I don't know, really.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are going to go see it because she wasn't huge over here. She was huge in Britain.
She was not as big over here, but she was very popular. Yeah.
Number 5 is The Fall Guy.
Oh. Maybe we'll go see this in the movie theater.
Yeah, this one is Ryan Gosling.
Uh-huh.
Who we just watched in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
And he's Ken in the Barbie movie.
Yeah. You're telling people as if they don't know who Ryan freaking Gosling is.
Well, they might not. People might be listening going, who is Ryan Gosling? Who's that? He's like Liz Truss to the Argentinian president right now. It's like The Notebook. It's like...
The Notebook. No one's ever heard of The Notebook.
No one's ever heard of The Notebook. You were crying to it, weren't you?
You were crying.
No, actually, it was you.
Not even.
It was you. It was confirmed. Emily Blunt's in it, and it's The Fall Guy was an 80s series.
I love
it's
it.
Kind of like,
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's based on the 1980s television series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It was called The Fall Guy?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It features Gosling as Colt Seavers, a stuntman who's recruited by his ex Blunt when a movie star, Aaron Taylor Johnson, goes missing. And basically, it's everybody's who's pre-reviewed it said it's great. It's funny. It's a great little action film.
I've seen the previews for it, and it looks cute.
It's a crowd-pleasing romantic comedy thriller, and it's basically an ode to the stunt guys.
Maybe let's go see that at the movies.
Yeah.
You want to?
Well, yeah, it's out now.
Okay.
General release.
Let's go right now.
Okay.
End of podcast.
See you later, everybody. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no, it's an ode to stuntmen because they're falling out of use thanks to the
CGI,
AI, and all that kind of stuff.
CGI, yeah.
But then again, it's kind of a case of like, I prefer stunts. Because I'm a James Bond fan, and for the classic James Bonds, they were some of the best stunts ever done in movies.
Yeah.
We're not talking about jumping from a horse to a train here, like they used to do in the, they used to have cowboys and all that to do that in the 1920s films. And all that.
Yeah.
But these were some of the most crazy stunts, like skiing off cliffs and
you prefer actual people risking their lives
I
as
prefer,
opposed to...
I mean, you gotta make that movie. It's gotta, so you can appreciate that stunt guy.
I don't know. I mean, it looks better.
I mean,
looks
Roger,
better when it's real.
A View to a Kill was pretty much starred Roger Moore's stuntman the whole way through.
It looks better, obviously, when it's a real person doing it.
Well, yes. And I mean, what they do now is because, stuntmen were so visible in the old movies. Like, as the aforementioned, The View to a Kill, you could see Roger Moore's stuntman driving the cars and, it was him doing the fights and all that. But now they've got, like... motion capture on the faces so they can CGI the actor's face onto.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, he doesn't believe in that. He's going to do the stunts. That's going to be me on the plane.
Yeah.
That's going to be me jumping off that cliff.
Yeah. Tom Cruise, not you.
Not me. Because Tom Cruise won't let me do it for insurance reasons. And I'm a little bit taller and a little bit wider than Tom Cruise.
Oh my god. And it also adds that aspect of, that's an actual person doing it. So,
yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. Oh wow,
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they
But
filmed that
at the
stunt...
same time, it's an actual person doing it. Like, that is so dangerous.
It's a very dangerous profession, stunt.
Like, just
stunt
no.
guys.
Just, why would you put your mother through that? Like, just don't do it.
I mean, a lot of the James Bond actors were like, James Bond stunt actors were harmed.
Well, yeah.
Like holding onto the train, you get whacked by something, and you're in hospital for 6 weeks.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's terrible.
And it is unnecessary in this day and age at the end of the day.
Well, yes, there is an insurance risk there.
Well, yeah.
And it's like...
That's all they care about. They don't care if somebody's hurt,
Yeah, there is an insurance. And the studios will be like, okay, yes, we can get rid of that risks by using someone on a laptop. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate this just because stuntmen don't ever get acknowledged. There's no award for, like, best stuntman. Is there? Is there?
No, I don't think there is.
I mean, if there is, it's one of those awards.
It'll be visual effects or something, and it'll be the whole team that gets the thing, even though it was, whatever.
Well, I like Ryan Gosling. I love Emily Blunt. Like,
probably going to watch this.
I think that's
something to go watch.
That's so far the best one, sounds like, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
The one that we're most likely to watch, anyway.
But this next one is full of stunts.
Okay.
Unfrosted.
Okay.
This is basically a parodic comedy with almost no connection to the true story. Unfrosted is directed and co-written by Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, this is
who also stars an executive at Kellogg's. When the company's rival Post launches a dehydrated breakfast pastry in 1964, Kellogg's races to make their own version, which is the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
An unfrosted Pop-Tart, though. Imagine getting that in 1964 and thinking that's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, put some frosting on that. The guy who said put some frosting on that earned his paycheck.
You know what? My grandma used to put them in the toaster and then put butter on them, the unfrosted kind, and that actually
that was there you go.
I prefer that to the frosted kind. I'm not even kidding.
I haven't had a Pop-Tart in years. Oh no, well, yeah, years.
Toastums, those were called, though, actually.
Yeah.
As long as Kellogg's makes no money off of this,
well, they're probably
going
to make some money off of it because
we can't have that. we can't.
Jerry Seinfeld, do not cut Kellogg's a check.
Yes, we
keep
cannot
all the
support
money.
Kellogg's telling people to eat cereal for dinner.
Oh yeah, that was some.
Yeah.
I don't know what he must have been on the. He must have been on the crazy train.
It sounds silly though.
He's gone down the rabbit hole. It's like, yeah.
I'm glad to see Jerry Seinfeld doing something.
Instead of what?
Instead of, I don't know what he did. He had that
comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah, we didn't ever watch that though. I don't know why. I love Jerry Seinfeld. So
the best thing is his co-stars include Melissa McCarthy, Amy Schumer, Peter Dinklage, and James Marsden, along with Hugh Grant who takes a turn as a frustrated Shakespearean actor who plays Tony the Tiger. He's doing those kind of roles. And, people think, his career's gone now. He's just taking bit parts here and there as the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's more to do with the fact that, he says, I need money.
Yeah.
I'm taking these roles because I need money.
Well, he said
I don't have to be the romantic. I'm not the romantic comedy lead.
That's
anymore.
what I saw him say that
behind.
somewhere. Like he was glad that he's moved on in his career
From that, yeah.
Yeah, because that was all he was getting offered for so long,
Yeah.
And I like to see him
because he was in Paddington.
Yeah,
I mean, he's popping up.
Yeah,
he was in the Wonka movie as well.
Yeah,
as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, we never saw that. Did you guys see that? Let us know how that was.
Let us know, because we might have to go see that when it comes out on streaming.
It's like we might have to go see it when it comes out on streaming.
I have to go and see it on the streaming service. It's probably already out, I think, isn't it? I don't know, yeah. But yes, that looks like a fun one, so there. Number 7 is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Now
not interested.
Not interested in the Mad Max.
No.
Yeah, it's 45 years since the release of the first Mad Max film with Mel Gibson.
I was never a fan of. You made me watch
Australian
Blade Runner the
apocalyptic.
other night.
Yeah, I like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
but Mad Max, I'm just not really into it.
Yeah, well, it's more. It's not as. Is it considered sci-fi? Mad Max?
Yeah.
Is it?
Because it's a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, but is that sci-fi?
Yeah.
Or is that just
anything that is set after a Third World War or something is futuristic science fiction, as far as people are concerned. I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't know, really.
Have you ever seen it?
I've only ever seen a bit of the first one, and I wasn't really that interested
People
in
are crazy for it,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, yeah.
It's got, like, a big fan base, but yeah, no, I have no interest. I don't know.
Yeah, so this one's gonna have Chris Hemsworth in it.
Oh, well, then maybe I'll see it.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be covered by so much prosthetic makeup.
Oh, no.
That, he's almost unrecognizable.
Oh, well, never mind.
So that's coming out on the 24th of May. Number 8 is Kidnapped. This is a lavish period drama which tells the appalling true story of Edgardo Mortara, a 6-year-old Jewish boy who was snatched from his home by authorities one night in Bologna in 1858.
Huh. I mean, as soon as you said period drama, I was like, well, we'll see this inevitably, so...
Yeah, so...
Anything that is set in any period whatsoever other than this period, we tend to watch, so...
Yes. Yeah, we do.
We're like, oh, it's not set in 2024? Let's watch that, then.
But yes, this looks like it's one of those things, like a true story of,
Sounds interesting.
The scandal that threatens to bring about the Pope's political downfall.
Huh. Interesting.
That's released on the 24th of May in the US. The next one is Ezra. The always excellent Bobby Cannavale.
Oh, yes, he was just over here repeating Bobby Cannavale over and over like a psychopath.
Bobby Cannavale.
It's just one of those things that, like, it's fun to say.
It's fun to say. It's fun to say, and he gets a rare leading role in this sincere comedy drama, directed by Tony Goldwyn.
Yeah.
Scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldwyn Mayer. He's heir to the MGM throne.
Yeah. Cannavale plays a New Jersey stand-up comedian who raises his autistic 11-year-old son Ezra with the help of his father, Robert De Niro.
Oh, wow.
His ex-wife, Cannavale's real-life partner, Rose Byrne, wants the boy to attend a school for children with special needs, but when the comedian is offered a slot in a high-profile talk show in L.A., he decides to take Ezra on a road trip across the U.S. instead. And Cannavale, he never really gets a lead role. He was in Vinyl, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was cancelled, but he was in something else recently.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's always great.
No,
I agree with the BBC. He's always great, and it's like, why isn't he getting lead roles?
No, he was a lead. You didn't watch it with me. I watched the series The Watcher on Netflix. Have you guys seen that? It was so good. I had no idea. It was just like It was really, really good. He was the lead in that. Yeah, we'll have to watch it again. So you
Bobby
can see it.
Cannavale.
He was very, like... I remember him. I think the first time I ever saw him was in Will and Grace. He played one of Will's boyfriends, like in the like later years.
Oh right.
And I just fell in love with him. He was so cute and funny and everything in that. So in The Watcher on Netflix, well, and Vinyl too, they were dramatic roles, and it's like he's good at that too. It's
this sounds like it's going to be a dramatic
It's like
role.
he can do kind of anything. I don't know why he's not cast more. And he's attractive. He's like a big, attractive Italian guy. Like, why is he not getting more
And he's got a
roles?
name like Bobby Cannavale. I mean, that's top billing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's always been great.
Is that set now or is that a period
set now.
thing? Oh.
Set now, yeah.
Still. It's got Robert De Niro in it, so.
Robert De Niro. Talking Italian. You ever heard that song?
No.
Robert De Niro's waiting. I think it's Bananarama.
What? You are making this up right now.
I am not. You can go look it up. and you know, people will look it up.
Oh
Robert De Niro's waiting. That's Ezra. It's going to be released on the 31st of May in the US. Next one is The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I never watched the one they did in like 20 years ago.
Not interested. The one from like the 80s? Was it the 80s?
No, it was 1968.
It came out in 68? Oh, I thought it was
tricky to keep track of the Planet of the Apes franchise. The first film came out in 1968 and was followed by 4 sequels. Yeah, in the 70s, I think. Until the 80s. And then Tim Burton made an iffy attempt at a reboot in 2001, with Helena Bonham Carter.
Is that what Mark Wahlberg?
I think Mark Wahlberg was in it. Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
I haven't seen any of them. I have no interest.
And then the series was revived in 2011 with a trilogy of prequels, concluding with War of the Planet of the Apes in 2017. But now it's time for some more monkey business. The latest episode.
Yes. Get out.
This is the BBC here, you know.
Get out.
Intelligent chimps and orangutans have ruled the earth for 300 years, and humans who can speak are a rarity. So there you go. They've kind of, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept, but still, I don't know.
That's on general release from 9th of May.
You said general release.
Release. I'm getting a lisp here. Talking about things. And the final one is The Beach Boys. They've got a film coming out.
Okay. I mean, biopic?
It's a documentary like Get Back.
Okay.
The Beatles Get Back, Peter Jackson's 3-part documentaries about the Fab
Beatles
Four,
off,
has
even
been
still.
on Disney Plus since 2021. And Jackson has since overseen the restoration of a classic Beatles documentary, 1970s Let It Be, which will appear on the streaming service on 8th of May. But what of the Beatles' US peers, the Beach Boys? A new documentary dives into the history of the pop pioneers, funded by 3 Californian brothers, Brian, Carl, and Dennis Wilson.
Did you guys ever see
Love and Mercy?
Love and Mercy? Yeah, with oh gosh, I forget what the main actor's
He was
name
in War
is.
and Peace, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah. That BBC drama. I can't remember his
Was
name.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but it was really good. I mean, I think it won awards anyway, but we kind of put off seeing that for, I don't know, a year or two. We didn't see it right away. For whatever reason, I don't know why. And when we saw it, we were both just like, wow, that was so good. So the Beach Boys were pretty genius when they were in their heyday. Also, I guess Brian Wilson was genius.
Brian Wilson was genius.
Yeah. It was pretty much Brian Wilson for the most part, I think.
I mean, they were all pretty... They were a very good band. I like the Beach Boys. Mm. You know, even White Glove.
The Beatles like the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Paul McCartney, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Pet Sounds was quite, groundbreaking for its time, you know.
I mean, I can see us
this
probably
is like
watching
documenting...
this. We like a documentary.
Yeah, the documentaries... talking about their abusive father, Murray Wilson.
Oh, God.
And stuff like that. Because he was the Beach Boys' first manager.
Yeah.
And he was a songwriter, too. He'd written songs in the 50s and stuff. And, so he was, like, encouraging his boys to get in the game.
Yeah.
But
you already know a lot about them, it seems.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan too, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do like the Beach Boys. And I watched this. I've seen a few biopics, like TV movie biopics about them too.
Oh, yeah.
There was one in the 80s, I think it was called Wouldn't It Be Nice? Or maybe it was... Yeah. And it was just like, it was alright, you know, for an 80s TV.
Yeah.
It documented the band's inception in the early 60s, you know, from like 1961 up until Dennis's death in 1983.
Yeah.
And it didn't go... Because I think... Yeah, because it came out in like 89 or something, I think.
One of the first...
Or maybe it was 91.
One of the first, I guess, albums I ever owned was a live concert of theirs. And then I think a Beach Boys Greatest Hits. Because the very first time I ever went to California, they were playing Kokomo on the radio all the time, like seemed like every other song.
Well, that was released back in like 1988 or something.
Yeah, and I was little, and I was just like, oh, this is my song, this is my jam. Yeah, I have to have this song. You know, I made my mom buy me like whatever album it was that had that on it. I think it was a live concert. I seem to remember. So yeah, that was one of my very first. The Beach Boys was one of my very first albums I ever owned. Yeah. So. Because
I mean, you know, Mike Love and all that. He was the lead singer of the Beach. Well, he still is technically. You know.
Yeah.
He's Mike Love's Beach Boys now.
Well, it's just him in it, isn't it?
Sometimes they get together with like Al Jardine and, you know, Brian.
Well, Brian's got dementia.
Yeah,
now,
so
I don't think
he's not gonna. Yeah, but I mean, when they need a reunion, he turns up. Yeah. But they don't get along. They sued each other and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So and Mike Love is notorious in Beach Boy circles for being a grouch.
Yeah.
And you know.
And of course, Dennis is dead.
Dennis is dead. Carl's been dead since 98.
Yeah,
so it's just Brian now.
Yeah, but anyway, I can imagine we'll probably give that a watch as well.
Yeah, and that was...
So let us know which ones of these are you looking forward to. Which ones have you already seen? Because I guess some of them, I mean, it's already May, so I guess maybe some of them are already available.
The Beach Boys documentary is going to be released on Disney Plus on the 24th of May. So.
There we go.
So, yeah.
So, lots of options this month. There was also a list of TV shows.
Yeah, I think Bridgerton is returning soon.
Oh, yeah.
Bridgerton!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen them. I've seen, like, pictures and video and stuff of them doing, like...
Bridgerton
promotion. Yeah. Maybe premiere. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, let us know which of these you're planning on watching. Which ones should we watch that we said we don't want to watch? Convince us to watch some of these if we need
Planet of the Apes. And...
Yeah. You know, you never know. Like, we're going, don't want to watch that. That's going to be, Maybe, and maybe if we put it on, we would be like, oh my god, I can't believe we've missed this whole time.
Yes.
You know? You don't know.
Could be. You don't know.
Thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. Be sure to give us a follow on social media if you don't follow us already. We are at TButty, TEABUTTY on all of the socials. Special shout out to our patrons. As always, we super appreciate you guys. And we'll talk to you all next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.